I don't like it. No, put the tiny hands away.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat, they, them.
And I'm Raven, she, her. And hey, welcome. It is a new month. It is a new collection. And hey, guess what? People kept egging our house because of our pride flag. So we made it gayer. Now, you may not be able to tell super well on camera, but there are now rainbow lights around the flag. Ha!
We made it gayer.
Every time the house gets egged, I will make it gayer. This is a threat. Back to business. I know we just launched my birthday month collection, which was Halloween themed. And I know it seems kind of weird, but it is time for a new month and a new collection. And this one is going to be coming out on October 31st on Halloween.
Woo woo! Best holiday ever!
Every collection always comes out on the last Friday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it just so happens to work out. That is when the collection is. So make sure to set your reminders. I have a link down in the description if you want to sign up for our email list and get a reminder. I'll send you one out day of if you need it. In the meantime, our collection this month is called Cozy Cottage.
I came up with the theme.
There it is. Lovely. We're going to be bringing you 4 designs, and Kat is kicking off the collection, so I'm out of here.
You know what's great about this collection?
I
had my designs done, my fragrances picked out, and everything sent to you before you even started.
Uh-huh. Rude. Rubbing it in my face.
I also already have my fragrances picked out for the next collection.
Hey, I do too. I already ordered fragrances because it took 3 weeks for fragrances to show up at our house last time.
I had my fragrances picked out 2 weeks ago.
How's that list of soaps you were supposed to work on looking?
I struggled.
Yeah, that's right. None of this.
So, the inspiration for this one, or like the vibe I'm going for with this one is like, oh, if you look at the colors, it's supposed to be like that quilt that your grandma made, whether it's like a quilt or like something she knitted or sewed, but it's like supposed to be like the grandma blanket, grandma quilt kind of vibes, where you're indoors, curled up under it with a nice cup of tea and a good book. That is the vibe. So, my fragrance for this one is Falling for Fall.
And your fragrance notes are top notes of crisp apples, red berries, and orange. Middle notes of golden nectar, warm clove, and base notes of spice, breezy autumn woods accord, which may be one of the longest fragrance notes as a single note we've ever had. And a few people have been asking what's going on with Nature's Garden. So I did a video on it, a while ago. I'll link it up in the iCard up here for you. They got bought out by a company called Indie Brands, which is owned by basically some investment firms. So they are no longer owned by Trump-supporting family anymore. They are now owned by soulless corpos. So that's cool. Not that we started buying them again because of soulless corpos, but because they have actually shown some pro-LGBT and pro-everybody posts and stuff like that. And they have said some things to imply that they are more supportive of all creators, which is good. You know, that's why we've been buying from them again. But if you want to see some more details about it, I did do a video about it. I did a deep dive. I used my powers of investigation for evil. I don't know. People on Facebook thought I was being evil.
Oh, because we're both like staunchly anti-Trump.
Well, because I made business political. Business is inherently political, babe. And also because I was forcing a company to have a political stance that they don't agree with. I'm like, asking a large corporation with huge amounts of financial backing to maybe not be douchebags to the LGBT community. Not really forcing anybody to do anything, but I'm glad, rando on Facebook, you think I have that kind of power. Good for me.
Right? So in this bucket, we've got Honey Blush and Marshmallow, Sahara Gold, a fun combo of Tequila Sunrise, Koi, Mocha, and Marshmallow. And here we got some Peacock and Mocha. And in this one, we've got some Hollywood Pink, Harold's Purple Crayon, and Mocha.
That's a lot of colors, dude.
It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 9. Only 9.
And you have 5 colors, so you have nearly 2 colors per container.
Yes. In fact, the only one that doesn't have at least 2 colors in it is the Sahara. I should do the safety mode.
Did you do your fragrance?
Not yet.
We've been doing this for 6 years. Almost 7. What?
Don't worry, I'll do my fragrance. Just a second. After safety mode.
Great. Get your safety mode. I did try to get them to wear goggles. It didn't work.
They real dusty. They're dusty, musty, crusty inside.
You didn't get yourself paper towels either, did you?
Nope. I got Clorox wipes.
You literally ask for paper towels every time you soap. Without fail. Every single time. Clock it. Editing Raven. Throw in, like, when later in this video, Kat is asking for paper towels, I'm going to withhold them. I have them, but I'm withholding them. There. Well, in this bucket, we have our base oils plus kaolin clay and the fragrance. And Kat is going to be adding the lye water solution so that it can go through a chemical reaction called
Saponification.
Saponification, which is what turns it into bar soap. And in we go. Lovely. Already pre-measured out for Kat's convenience.
Because I'm a soaping princess.
That is painfully true. Yeah, you are an absolute princess.
I'm also a passenger princess when Raven and I go anywhere.
Anyway, blend it up. Forbidden creamy.
Okay, this one's going to have the most. I'm going to start right here.
Okay. Oh, be careful on those edges. Ooh, that was close. So one of the important things when you're working with this many colors is being really careful for how you split them up. Because sometimes if you split them up too closely in terms of their distribution, they muddle, and that's not great. What pouring technique are we going to be shooting for here?
Well, I was going to be shooting for a drop swirl. I'm not sure. It's accelerating.
Uh-oh. Kat didn't do a test batch.
No, I did not.
Uh-oh. Do you need me to hop in there and start stirring?
Yes, please.
This is salvageable. It's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just need some... Luckily, none of the colors are ones that need to be blended.
You could also add a little bit more base oil in here to help loosen it if you want.
Okay.
Sorry, mixing off camera. Oh, boy.
I'll still be able to do what I want. Just won't be quite the same, that's all.
You know what you could do?
I'll plop it in a hanger. Yeah?
Sure. I was going to say you could throw all of them into piping bags, cut off the tips, don't put piping tips in there, and then just squeeze them in there.
That works, too. I think I'm going to go with this idea, though. The kind of plop them in.
Okay, we're in speed mode. Go. I think if you're doing small plops, I think it's maybe going to work out.
Yeah. I'm going to plop it down the middle.
I think maybe you should have left the spatulas in their containers.
I think I should have, too. This is this. That'll go there.
And I'm over here off camera trying to loosen the batter.
Like that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Are we going to need to redo this one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
This is going to be whole city.
We might need to redo it then. If you're that concerned, we can redo it. I need this one next. I just won't put my books on top of this one. How's that? How about that?
Yeah. With how quick this is moving, there's no way. It's going to look like camo, and you're going to be grumpy about it. And it's going to be full of holes. I think future taps on this are going to need to go on the ground. I think you're going to need that really serious tap force.
Top's kind of pretty.
The colors were really good, but it's way too thick. Uh-oh.
There we go. Should I cover my sins in glitter?
No.
Leave my sins to lay?
Yeah. No, this is sorry. This is sins you got to live with. I asked you if you wanted to do a test, and you said no. No, leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Oh, no, I like it.
let's clean up real quick and let's do a fresh batch because this is not it.
Yep.
Okay. Be right back. So here's where we're at. Managed to get most of the batter in the mold. It's probably going to be pretty full of holes given the amount of acceleration that happened here. Luckily, we had enough fragrance oil to go ahead and pour up a new batch. So Kat is about to mix that up. That is in a significantly reduced usage rate because I told Kat we should do a test batch, and Kat said, no, I'm doing it live. You.
I believe my exact words were, okay, I'm going to raw dog it.
Those were not your exact words, thank God. But
they were mentally my exact words.
Here we are. So we're going to go ahead and mix up the second batch. Soap fails. They're good for thumbnails, but not for my patience. So we're whisking just initially here to try and reduce the risk of more acceleration. So we have saponification 2.0.
Hey, how's that for scrape check for me?
Not bad for you. Let's try this again, shall we?
This batch behaved so much better.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeesh, we're gonna have so many dishes to do though.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so next, last but not least, I've got the most adorable little soap dough books that I'm going to be putting on top.
Very cute. Fast forward time. Boom. Freaking gremlin.
Who, me?
Yeah.
A little bit of gold. Not a lot. Positively subtle. Ta-da!
I return. Well, we are halfway through this tumultuous video, although probably 2/3 of the way at this point, because this beginning portion is going to be really long. You said you were done. Leave me alone. I have a shtick. Let me do my shtick.
Me?
Yeah, I have this stupid thing where I trust you. So, it is time for your sacrifice to the algorithm gods in our name. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do so down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, and come and check us out for the launch or interact with us in any variety of different ways. All of that helps out and it feeds engagement, which is fantastic, as you, I'm sure, are aware. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. And your reward, of course, is a close-up on the top of the soaps. Because there's two. Boy, how often are we doing a flyby with two soaps? But here they are. The misfit batch there on the right and the proper final batch. Ooh, what a difference. Lovely. So we're going to let these set up overnight, and we will come back in about 24 hours to cut these down into bars. There's an ad available with YouTube. We'll let that run, and we'll see you in a second. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. One's a tragedy. One's not.
Mm.
I was expecting it to be a lot holier than I'm currently witnessing.
Check the other side.
Still not as holy as I was expecting. We're going to start with the tragedy.
I want you to show it. Show it first. That's the butt. That's the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Ow.
You good?
Yeah, Vanya stabbed me.
Oh.
That one's the one that stabbed me.
So, soap fails happen, unfortunately. Largely that's why we do test batches anymore. I know we briefly did test batches on camera where you guys could see them, but I think that was not super popular, so we stopped doing that. Now they're just sort of an off-camera thing. But it's a chance for us to try out the fragrance and see if it does stuff like this. Luckily, we had enough fragrance to go ahead and make a second batch, which is great because we waited like 3 weeks to get this fragrance. All right, go for it. Let's see how this one came out. Oh, kind of tragic.
Very tragic.
Not remotely that like delicate swirling that you wanted from your design.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you glad we remade it now?
Yeah. I still think the top's pretty.
Okay. I don't know that it looks like anything. It's not like the worst, right? Like this is still totally functional. It's got some holes, but it's still good soap. It's just not, pretty.
Not what was envisioned.
No. And we've had a series of soap fails in the past, but I would say something like this is sort of the ideal soap fail.
Oh yeah, no, we've definitely had like more tragic soap fails.
Way worse.
No, as far as soap fails goes, this is actually not half bad. It's still kind of pretty.
Yeah, it's just more like I don't know, it's kind of got a landscapey feel to it now. Like sort of a Southwest landscape painting kind of vibe.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, this is kind of a vibe. Not the vibe I was going for, but this is kind of a vibe.
It smells amazing.
It does. It smells fantastic.
It's got a very apple cider kind of vibe. Kind of scent notes to it, really.
Because, like, look at this. It's definitely got, like, a landscapey vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible.
I actually kind of like it.
It's just really not what you were going
for.
for.
No, it's not what I was going for, but I actually kind of really like it.
Good. We're still going to discount them. These are still going to be Misfits. So they'll be $5 on the site if you want to check it out in a few weeks. Or as a reminder, I know I mentioned it during the midpoint, but I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic with our mailing list, our email list. So if you would like to be on the mailing list, I don't ever like auto sign you up when you make a purchase. I have that stuff turned off. So I know that only the people on the mailing list actually want to get emails. I might start sending out more than one a month. Probably still not that frequently because I don't want to be annoying. But, your girl trying to be a business, trying to be a girl boss out here. And sometimes that means using your email list more often, and you can always unsubscribe. So there's that.
Okay. Now the not tragic one. So, but
what's the top? Show me the top. I've been doing thumbnails where like, I don't know if you've seen them, but where you're like holding it long ways.
Do what I want.
Okay.
There. You got your long ways.
Sure. So Kat's got to line up with the little books. We can try not to chop them. I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think you might have the tiniest corner of one of the blue ones might get chopped, but it's going to be all right. Here we go. Vanya, Vanya, Vanya. Nice.
No choppy chop.
Let's see how this one looks. All right, go for it. Let's do it. There we go.
Ooh,
now we got it swirly. Those colors are really pretty.
Yes, they are. Purple came out a little bit lighter than initially planned, but I don't mind. I actually really like that purple. I think I did a good job making that purple.
Yeah. And here's a second one. Lovely. Good swirls. Man, the consistency on that batter was really good when you dropped it.
Oh, yeah. It was, like, perfect. Did I mention that the pages in the books are with glow-in-the-dark soap dough?
No, I don't think that came up.
Yeah, the pages of the books glow.
Yay.
Woo woo.
All right, well, here is the final design versus Kat's original digital mock-up and final versus the Misfit. So still pretty, but definitely this is where it's at.
This was the goal.
The fall scent. Today is the coolest day it's been all month in September. It is just really high humidity, so apologies if there is a sheen still. It is still hot out, technically. Hopefully, not for too much longer. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. This is the first design of Cozy Cottage, which is going to be available on a Halloween, the last Friday of the month of October at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our website, catandravendesigns.com. Get your email reminder. Follow us on social media if you want. We have Patreon. We have channel membership. I technically have a Ko-fi set up, but I haven't really done anything with it. It just exists. So cool. That's an option. I know every once in a while somebody will ask if we have an option for donations or tips, and that's where it is if you don't want to buy stuff. I'd really rather you get something out of it personally, but that's just me. That is it for today's video. We have 3 more designs coming for you over the next few weeks. We always come out with a new video on Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And guess what time it is? Hydration reminder. Do you have a hydration?
It's over there.
I have a hydration.
I think mine's by yours.
1 hydration, 2 hydration. You got yours? Good. Let's go. We're going to do a 5-second sip. Ready? Here we go. Boom. Good job. The world sucks. The least we can do is be hydrated. And as always, I'm going to plug our vlog channel. We do every couple of weeks. Sometimes there's a bigger gap in between, depending on how long I've had the capacity for filming vlogs. But that's an option if you want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. And every month we also do a live packing stream for the orders that are placed during launch. So thank you. We just had a launch last month. Well, I think it'll be last month by the time this video comes out. But if there's any soaps left, which there may not be, thank you to everyone who picked some up. If you didn't get the chance, there's always this month's collection, plus our year-round soaps available all the time. Our core collection, our pride flags. Pride flags. And with that, we're going to call it good. See you later, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I was gonna give you a little bit of mercy because of the amount of shenanigans I had you endure for your birthday.
Oh,
month.
you'll give me mercy not on my birthday. You.